Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय तथैव चान्ये नरलोकवीराय आहवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम् नेत्रैः पिबन्तो नयनाभिरामं पार्थास्त्रपूत पदमापुरस्य अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिघ्रांसयापाय यदप्यसाध्भिः लेभे गतिं धात्र्युचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम अशेषसङ्क्लेशशमं विधत्ते गुणानुवाद श्रवणं मुरारे किं वा पुनस्तच्चरणारविन्द परागसेवारतिरात्मलब्धा सोऽहं नृणां क्षुल्यसुखाय दुःखं महद्गतानां विरमाय तस्य प्रवर्तये भागवतं पुराणं यदाह साक्षात् भगवान् ऋषिभ्यः त्वं भक्तियोगपरिभावितरित्सरोज आस्ये श्रुते क्षितपथो ननु नाथ पुंसां यद्यद्धिया तौरुगाय विभावयन्ति तत्तद्वपु प्रणयसे सदनुग्रहाय सोऽसावदभ्रकरुणो भगवान् विवृद्ध प्रेम स्मितेन नयनाम्बुरुहं वृजिम्भम् उत्थाय विश्वविजयाय च नो विषादं माद्व्यागिरापनयतात् पुरुषः पुराणः ससर्जाग्रन्थतामिस्रम् अथत्तामिस्रमादिकृत् महामोहं च मोहं च तमश्चाज्ञानवृत्तयः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let's continue our study of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 3, Chapter 9, entitled Lord Brahma's Prayers for Creative Energy. And we'll start from text number 7. Text 7, na? Okay. दैवनते हतधियो भवत प्रसंगात् सर्वाशुभोपशमनाद्विमुखेन्द्रियाये कुर्वन्ति कामसुखलेशलवाय दीना लोभाभिभूतमनसो कुशलानि शश्वत्. O my Lord Vishnu, persons who are bereft of the all auspicious performance of chanting and hearing about your transcendental activities are certainly unfortunate and are also bereft of good sense. They engage in inauspicious activities, enjoying sense gratification for a very little while. Akushalani, they are engaged in inauspicious activities. Sukhalesh, lavaya, only few moments of sukh. These poor people, dina, lobha abhibhuta, they are overwhelmed by greed for sense gratification. Lord Brahma is offering these prayers to Lord Vishnu. Lord Brahma is saying those who do not engage in Harinam Sankirtan, Sarva Ashubha, they are engaged in all inauspicious activities for material happiness, material sense gratification. They engage in inauspicious activities. And what they get in return is some sense gratification, but it is only for a short while. It is not that there is no material enjoyment in this world. There is material enjoyment. But the problem with material enjoyment is it is based on a false premise. It is very temporary. And what the soul is looking for is eternal. So therefore, we are not proponents of material sense gratification. It's a failed endeavor. It's destined to fail because it is based on our physical body. But we are not the physical body. We are the spirit soul. So Srila Prabhupada says, the next question is why people are against such auspicious activities as chanting Harinam, hearing Harikatha, the glorious glories and pastimes of Lord Krishna. Why people are against this? It can bring, these activities, Shravanam, Kirtanam, can bring total freedom from all the anxieties of material existence. Then why people are opposed to this? It's a good question, right? If hearing and chanting is spiritually good for us, why most people are not interested? Rather, why are they against it? The only answer to this question is that they are unfortunate because of supernatural control due to their offensive activities performed simply for the sake of sense gratification. So please listen carefully. There is a person living in a family who takes to Krishna consciousness very seriously. The family members are not devotees. What are they going to say? Arey, why are you doing this? So much chanting, so much puja, so many programs you're attending. Not required. Don't do it. Have you had this experience? Anybody who is in a non-devotional atmosphere has had plenty of this experience. If you go for skiing, they will not say anything. If you go for a cricket match, they will not say anything. But the moment you do something Krishna conscious, they have a family members have a problem. Why? What is the need to wake up in the morning and chant japa? What is the need to go for satsang? Lord Brahma in verse number 7 is saying that such people are very unfortunate. Prabhupada says in the purport, he asks a question, why they are against hearing and chanting about Krishna when these are the most auspicious activities in Kali Yuga. And Prabhupada answers that question by saying it is because of these people's previous sinful activities. These people have not done enough punya. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punya Pratam Rajan Vishwas eva na jayate. A person does not have faith, Vishwas, Shraddha, in Krishna's Mahaprasad, in Lord Govinda, the Nama Brahmani, the Nam which is Brahman, Nam Chintamani. So Nama Brahmani means Krishna's name which is Brahman, it is spiritual, and the Vaishnavas. These four things, a person who has Alpa Punya, who has less Punya, Shraddha will not awaken in the heart. Therefore, in Jaiva Dharma, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the first stage of the 9 stages of bhakti is Shraddha, Adav Shraddha. And this Shraddha comes from Sukriti. Bhakti Poshak Sukriti. Remember this? Without Bhakti Poshak Sukriti, one will not get Shraddha. So when we do activities which increase our Shraddha, like now, Rath Yatra is coming this Sunday. When Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Sudarshan Ji, they go on the streets and Rath Yatra. And ordinary people who are not devotees, they take darshan of Jagannath. They eat Jagannath Prasad. Then immediately they get Sukrati. They don't realize, but they are getting Sukrati. This is called Bhakti Poshak Sukrati. When this Poshak Sukrati accrues enough, it leads to Shraddha. With Shraddha, you go to Sadhu Sangha. With Shraddha, you go to Sadhu Sangha, you begin Bhajan Kriya. With Shraddha, you hear instructions in Sadhu Sangha, you do Bhajan. With Shraddha, it will lead to Anartha Nivritti. And then the other stages will happen. So Prabhupada says because they have performed a lot of offenses, too much sense gratification, they are not interested in Krishna consciousness, and they will also oppose the family members when they try to do Krishna conscious activities. They will discourage. Lord Krishna's pure devotees, however, take compassion upon such unfortunate persons and in a missionary spirit try to persuade them into the line of devotional service. But the devotees of the Lord, the pure devotees, are so merciful that even such people who are opposed to Krishna consciousness, they will receive mercy because of the pure devotees. Only by the grace of pure devotees can such unfortunate people be elevated to the position of transcendental service. If the merciful devotees did not preach, then these unfortunate people who don't have enough Bhakti Poshak Sukrati, who don't have Shraddha, they have no hope. Absolutely no hope. Text 8. Imagine if Srila Prabhupada had not come to the Western world. Would the hippies ever have a chance of getting pure Krishna conscious Siddhanta? No. Text 8. Chuttirtridhatubhirima muhurardyamana शीतोष्णवातवर्षैर् इतरेतरच्च कामाग्निना च्युतरुषा च सुदुर्भरेण संपश्यतो मन उरुक्रमसीदते मे. Urukrama, O performer of great actions, O great performer of actions, my Lord Vishnu, all these poor creatures are constantly perplexed by Shud, hunger, Trit, thirst, Tridhatu bhi, by mucus, bile, wind, the different diseases in the body, and other things like Shita, Ushna, heat, summer, Varsha, rains, Vat, strong winds. Now we are seeing all these hurricanes, cyclones around the world. So people are troubled by these problems in this material world. And they are overwhelmed by strong sex urges, Kam Agnina, and indefatigable anger, Achyut Rusha. They have too much anger. Lord Brahma is saying that I take pity on them and I am very much aggrieved for them. Su Durbharena Sampashyata. When I see such people, I feel Sidate me. I feel very happy. Paradukha Dukhi. Seeing the suffering of others, Brahmaji is also sad. Brahmaji is telling Lord Vishnu, in this material world, when I see people suffering, I feel very sad for them. Purport. A pure devotee of Lord Krishna, like Lord Brahma, and persons in Lord Brahma's disciplic succession, which means all of us, because we are in the Brahma Sampradaya, are always unhappy to see the perplexities of the conditioned souls who are suffering the onslaughts of the threefold miseries which pertain to the body and mind, to the disturbances of material nature, means Adhyatmic and Adidaivic, and to many other such material disadvantages, Adi Bhautik. Not knowing adequate measures for relieving such difficulties, suffering persons sometimes pose themselves as leaders of the people, and the unfortunate followers are put into further disadvantages by such so-called leadership. It's like a blind man leading another blind man. People take on leadership position when they are actually not qualified. They are themselves not liberated, but they give guidance to others. Such guidance has no value. Therefore, unless the devotees of the Lord take pity on them and teach them the right path, their lives are hopeless failures. The devotees of the Lord who voluntarily take the responsibility of raising the foolish materialistic sense enjoyers are as confidential to the Lord as Lord Brahma. Those who are following in the footsteps of Lord Brahma are naturally as dear to Lord Krishna as Lord Brahma. Text 9. Yavat prithak tvamidam atman indriyartha maya balam bhagavato jana isha pashet tavanna samsritirisau pratisankrameta vyarthapi dukkha nivaham vahati kriyartha. Lord Brahma is saying, O my Lord Vishnu, the material miseries are without factual existence for the soul. Yet, as long as the conditioned soul sees the body as meant for sense enjoyment, he cannot get out of the entanglement of material miseries, being influenced by your external energy. Very important verse. Lord Brahma is saying that material miseries, people are suffering material miseries in this world, and seeing them suffer, I feel sad. See the theme, I feel very sad. But then Lord Brahma says, and actually, because we are souls, these material miseries that we face, different diseases, different inconveniences, um, different types of pain and sorrows and depression. Lord Brahma says the material miseries are without factual existence for the soul. Because we are the soul. And these three types of sufferings, Adhidaivik, Adhyatmik, Adhibhautik, they cannot affect the soul. The soul is spiritual, these sufferings are material. So the soul has nothing to do with them. There is no factual existence. But still we experience because we think we are material. We think I am this material body. So Brahmaji says that there is no factual existence for these miseries, yet they affect all of us. Lord Brahma says, what is the problem? As long as the conditioned soul sees the material body as a means for sense enjoyment, he cannot get out of the entanglement of material miseries and will be influenced by external energy, Maya. I want all of you to note down or underline the second sentence. Lord Brahma is saying, yet, as long as the conditioned soul sees the material body as meant for sense enjoyment, he cannot get out of the entanglement. This is a very important message that Lord Brahma is giving us. Please listen carefully. What is the message? As long as we think that through this body I can enjoy, we are in Maya. As long as we think that any object is meant for my sense gratification, we are in Maya. If a man thinks this woman is meant for my enjoyment, that is Maya. If a woman thinks this man is meant for my enjoyment, that is Maya. If we think that this body can give us any happiness through sense gratification, we are in Maya. Prabhupada is saying, Brahmaji is saying. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says the whole trouble of the living entity in material existence is that he has an independent conception of life, which means we think there is some enjoyment without Krishna. There is some enjoyment outside of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says this is the root cause of all problems. Mhm. The living entity, last sentence, has to dovetail himself with the will of the Supreme Lord Krishna. That will help him to get out of the entanglement of material existence. We have to align with the plans of Krishna. As long as we have our own plans, that if I do this, बहुत मजा आएगा, I will enjoy. Hmm. Anything that is separate from Krishna, okay, I am doing chanting, I am joining the Zoom call, 2 hours in the morning I chant, I read Chaitanya Charitamrita, I am doing deity worship, everything I am doing. Twice a week I hear Bhakti Vaibhava also. Hmm. But now watching this cricket match is my time. because it is my recreation, it is my enjoyment. As long as we think that there is some enjoyment in the material world, we are very much in Maya. This point I want all of us to understand. We can say, I will follow the four regulative principles, but we cannot follow the four regulative principles if we think that there is enjoyment in breaking the regulative principles. We can say no illicit sex, but if we think that sexual gratification is enjoyable, someday, it's just a matter of time, we will break the regulative principle. Nigraha kim karishyati. Krishna says, what can repression achieve? Inside you are thinking there is enjoyment in sex. So someday you will give in. You will not be able to follow no illicit sex. Because you are thinking that in sexual intercourse there is enjoyment. That thought will pull you down from the platform of four regulative principles. We have to be convinced that there is no happiness. There is no pleasure in this activity. So many animals are doing it. So many prostitutes are doing it many times a day. Are they in ecstasy? Is their hair standing on end? Are tears of love coming in their eyes? Are they trembling? Is their voice choking up? Are they manifesting Ashtasattvic Vikar? No. That means there is no enjoyment in sexual gratification. Otherwise, the movie stars and all these models and all, they will be, we'll see them manifesting Ashtasattvic Vikar, ecstatic symptoms. We don't see ever. In fact, we see they have a high divorce rate. Mm. Many VIPs also sometimes I take care because my hospital is in a very posh area. And these are CEOs, these are presidents of big, big companies. These are very, very successful people, multimillionaires. And when I admit them to the hospital, I see their medication list. They are on antidepressants, they are on medicines for erectile dysfunction because they want to have good sex. So they are on Viagra and medicines like that, even when they're in their 60s and 70s. Or they are on anxiety medicines, they are on medicines to help them sleep. What does this tell us? That actually there is no happiness. They are enjoying these activities: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. These four activities they are enjoying in the best possible way. They are eating the best, they are sleeping on the best bed, they are having the best type of sex, and they are having best type of ambience and paraphernalia to enjoy. The best TV, best clothes, best shoes, best car. Ahar, Nidra, Bhay, Maithun. They have the best insurance plan. They have everything best that material nature can offer. Yet they are on antidepressants. Yet they are on anti-anxiety medicines. Yet they need sleeping pills. What does this tell us? That ahar, nidra, bhay, maithun, eating, sleeping, mating, defending in the best possible way cannot make us happy. There is something, the key to happiness is something else. So if we are convinced that, see, I'm stressing this point because there are four regulative principles. No meat eating. I'm sure nobody here craves meat. Today I want to eat meat. No, none of us. I'm sure none of us wakes up in the morning and says, where is my vodka? I want to drink whiskey. Hmm. None of us. None of us wakes up in the morning and says, where is the nearest casino? I want to go and gamble. None of us. So, what is the danger to all of us? It is illicit sex. It is not meat eating, it is not intoxication, it is not gambling. These three regulative principles don't bother us. What will cause us to fall down in this world is the fourth principle, illicit sex. That's why I'm emphasizing this point so much. And no illicit sex cannot be followed if we are not convinced that there is no happiness in this. It is flickering, rubbing sensation, and then it is gone. And then the price that we have to pay for experiencing that itching sensation and trying to satisfy that itching sensation by itching it is a very great price. Very, very great price. Where I will get disconnected from my Guru Maharaj. I will get disconnected from the parampara. I will get disconnected from all the realizations that I'm having. Because remember, we discussed last time, realization comes when we follow Guru Sadhu Shastra. Remember? We hear Guru Sadhu Shastra, we follow it in our life, and by following, the experience we get is called realization. So we'll lose all our realizations, we will lose our spiritual connection for pleasure that lasts not more than 5 to 10 minutes. So we have to be very careful. As long as we are thinking that there is fun in material activities, there is pleasure in material activities, we are in Maya. No, watching cricket is fun, but I will not watch because I'm a devotee. It's just a matter of time you will watch cricket, 100%. Oh, watching movies is fun, but I will not watch because it is against Krishna consciousness. We will watch movies someday. Because we think that there is pleasure there. The mind will trick us, convince us that experience it once. Experience it once. Hmm. There is a story in this connection that comes to mind, but it's 9 o'clock and actually I have to go because I have a lot of notes to do today and just came from the hospital. But we did only a few verses, huh? So let's do 10th verse, then we'll stop. So this point is clear that we have to be convinced that there is no pleasure in this. Otherwise, Maya will come one day and tell us, you agree there is pleasure, na? Experience it. And Maya Devi will give us reasons and justifications why we should experience it. So we have to be convinced that there is no pleasure in this. Kshulla Sukhaya. It is negligible. We don't want it. We want something higher. Param Drishtva Nivartate. 10. अहन अहन आप्तृतार्थकरणा निशिनिशयाना नाना मनोरथ धिया क्षणभग्न निद्रा दैवाहतार्थरचना ऋषयोऽपि देव युष्मत्प्रसङ्गविमुखा इह संसरन्ति. Lord Brahma is saying such non-devotees who don't engage in Shravanam Kirtanam engage their senses in very troublesome and extensive work, and they suffer insomnia at night because their intelligence constantly breaks their sleep with various mental speculations. They are frustrated in all their various plans by supernatural power. What is supernatural power? Their own previous bad karma. Even great sages, if they are against your transcendental topics, must remain in this material world, rotate. Brahmanda Chakra, Brahmata Swakarma Bhi. As long as one doesn't become a devotee of Krishna, one is not interested in Shravanam Kirtanam, one has to remain in this world forever. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says, as described in the previous verse, people who have no taste for devotional service to Lord Krishna are occupied in material entanglements. Most of them engage during daytime in hard physical labor. Hmm. And they work in factories, different ways, just hellish life. And at night, hellishly engaged persons take advantage of wine and women to satisfy their tired senses. So whole day they work. Karmendriya, 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 Karmendriya. Now Karmendriya become tired. With the fatigued and tired Karmendriya and Jnanendriya, then at night they want to enjoy. To satisfy their tired senses, they take to wine and women. But they are not even able to have sound sleep because their various mental speculative plans constantly interrupt their sleep. Also, our smartphones, they interrupt our sleep. For a sadhak, the most dangerous thing is the smartphone and internet. And most dangerous period is when we are alone. Whether it is nighttime, whether it is daytime. Alone, smartphone, internet, big danger. So either we should be with devotees, doing something in front of family members, in front of outsiders, some Krishna conscious activity, or if we are going to be alone, then we must be on schedule that this is what I'm going to do. This is the chanting is left, this reading is left, this hearing is left, and I will not do anything else on the internet. And we just switch off the phone, keep it aside. If we don't do this, we will not survive. If we listen to our mind and we give freedom to the mind, we will fall victim to Maya and we will not be able to make spiritual progress. By the arrangement of supernatural power, even the great scientists and thinkers of the world suffer frustration of their various plans and thus they rot in the material world birth after birth. Materially, one may be very intelligent, but that doesn't allow us to get liberation from this material existence. Further down in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the impersonalists who take much trouble in penance and austerity for self-liberation may approach the impersonal Brahmajyoti, but ultimately because of not being situated in devotional service, they glide down again to the material world to undergo another term of material existence. This is confirmed as follows. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2.32. यन्यरविन्दाक्ष विमुक्तमानिनस्त्वयस्तभावादविशुद्धबुद्धय आरुह्य क्रचेण परम पदम तत पतन्त अधो अनाद्रद्यश्मदङ्ग्रयः. Persons who are falsely under the impression of being liberated, vimuktamaninas, they are falsely under the impression of being liberated without devotional service, anadrat yashmadangraya, may reach the goal of the Brahma Jyoti. Prabhupada says, may reach the goal of Brahma Jyoti. But because of their impure consciousness, avishuddha buddhaya, and for want of shelter of Vaikuntha Lok, such so-called liberated persons again fall down into material existence. Patanti adha. Why? Anadrat yashmadangra. Because they don't have respect for Krishna's lotus feet. Prabhupada says, therefore, no one can manufacture any system of religion without the principle of devotional service to Lord Krishna. Anything you do, jnana kand, karma kand, there has to be bhakti in that. Otherwise, it will not give proper results. Prabhupada quotes from 6th Canto, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. That religion is what Krishna says. And what Krishna has established, that is known to the Mahajans. Swayambhur Narada Shambhu Kumara Kapilo Manu Prahlado Janako Bhishmo Balirvaya Sakhivayam. Lord, our Yamaraj is saying this. Further down, one who is not situated in the principles of devotional service to Lord Krishna should not pose himself as a religious leader to the innocent public. The Ishopanishad emphatically forbids this nonsense in the following mantra, Mantra 12. Andham tamaha pravishanti ye sambhutim upasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yau sambhutyam rataha. A person in ignorance of the principles of religion, who therefore does nothing in the matter of religion, is far better than a person who misguides others in the name of religion without reference to the factual religious principles of devotional service. Such people are condemned by Lord Brahma and all the authorities. So, a person who has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness is better than a person who poses to be a devotee but is not a devotee. He's like Putana, false guru, and he's cheating people. Better not to chant than to cheat people and break their faith by being a bogus guru. Prabhupada says. And Shastra says that Bhagavatam says that one should not guru na satyat swajana na satyat na muchyate na samupeta mrutyam. Guru na satyat swajana na satyat pita na satyat janani na satyat deva na satyat na pati na satyat na mochayetyo samupeta mrutyam. Bhagavan Shri Rishabdev Maharaj tells that unless one can liberate one's dependents from the repeated cycle of birth and death, one should not become a guru. So Prabhupada says that better not to be a devotee, better to be a non-devotee than to be a devotee who is bogus and cheats others, misguides others, like Putana. The story I wanted to tell you was also about Putana. Remind me next time, I'll tell you. And that the point is, as long as we are not convinced that there is no enjoyment in this material world, we will not be able to follow the four regulative principles. We will not be able to follow Pratikulya Vivarjanam. and Anukula Sankalpa. We'll not be able to do it. If we think that there is happiness in breaking the regulative principles, I will not break it. Yeah, it's fun, but I will not do it because I have taken a vow of initiation. It won't sustain. We have to be thoroughly, genuinely convinced that this is not happiness. There is no pleasure in these things. Then we can sustain. Shukdev Goswami did not think that, oh, these ladies who are bathing are to be enjoyed, but I will not enjoy because I am a sadhu. No, he didn't see them as objects of enjoyment. Okay, so I have to go, dear devotees. My night shifts are not there, but evening shifts are going on. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri